Well, hello, good morning. I tell you what, today it's rainy and bad, and y'all caught me in here trying to finally found my Pampered Chef mandolin that works, and I'm using it this morning because I thought I gotta fix something to eat. I want to do kind of a brunch meal because I don't want to have to cook breakfast and then lunch. So that's what we're gonna do. So I had these yellow squash that I had gotten at the country grocery store for 69 cents for 3 of them. So I bought 2 packages, so I've got enough that I can make some fried squash later. And then I thought, well, I'll go ahead and got to do something for breakfast, so why don't I do a vegetarian meal. Let me get a black skillet, and I'm going to do a vegetarian. So I'm just going to do it in this pot and a black skillet, and I'm going to bake it, and I'm going to do it all just in the black skillet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me some avocado oil, just because you know I saute everything. I am the queen of saute because I feel like that brings all your flavors out, and everybody needs to. I'm just going to put my squash down in there for right now, just in that oil. I'm going to let them get soft, but I'm going to add some other things to them. But right now we're going to just saute and chop and saute and chop and saute. Let's get us a red onion. Let's get us a red onion, and let's just chop that a little bit. Well, it's raining here, and I've already said that, so I'm not losing my mind, but I was just thinking about why these cats were acting so crazy today. I tell these cats they just go around sniffing each other, and I said to the cats, I said, wouldn't it be something if you saw everybody at Walmart going around and going up to each other and sniffing and saying, well, hello Gladys, or hello somebody. I thought, boy, wouldn't that be something. I guess that's the way they know who each other is. They sniff each other. Hello, Gladys. How are you doing? I can smell you a mile away. But they're in because it's raining. I'm going to put a little green onion in with this because I think it works. Turn my pan down just a hair. All this green, I love it. I love greens. I love anything to do with greens. And I even scrape it off there because it gives a flavor that you'll be surprised. We've got some celery. I love to use the celery greens. Just like that. Got a lot of nutrients right in that celery greens. It makes nice to eat, but it's also lovely when you use the celery greens to accentuate your dishes. that mess cleaned up. Should be a ginger mess cleaned up. Okay, let's just saute this. Isn't that pretty? That's a beautiful medley of. That'd even be good just to eat right out. Okay, now this is that asparagus. Now I bought that asparagus for $1.49, and it had a few bad places. I already rinsed it, but it had a few bad places. But I go through there. I go through there and I look, and if something's going to be, you know, when you buy this, let me show it to you. When you buy this, let me go ahead and take this open. I hadn't washed it, but I'll show you. When you buy this, I cut about that much off. This is usually too tough, and it just ruins your meal. So I cut that on the way down. Where it's semi-crunchy. Usually I'll just put some of the tops, you know, on there. So that may be what we do. Let's just take some of these good tops out of that. Because I was going to boil that asparagus. So I thought, no, I think I'll cube it up, put a little in breakfast. Because it does give a unique flavor. It's kind of a musty flavor. And it's good. Plus you can decorate the top of your quiches or your casseroles or whatever with this. And this is a good flavor. Okay. Since this is not going to have meat or anything in it, you want as much goodness as you can have. See how that's cooking down real nice there? You can add any kind of, we'll keep a few of these out. Put them in a little bowl so we don't forget. For our decorazione. Okay. I'm just going to let that cook down a little more. Even though I'm going to put it in the oven, I like my stuff cooked down. And that gives you a little bottom layer there. Put us some salt. Generally, be generous with your salt and your pepper. Because you want that to have flavor down at the bottom and not forget it. Not forget your flavor now. See how those squash are kind of curling up on the ends? That'll tell you they're about time to kind of get done. Okay, now I'm going to use my Simply potatoes or shredded hash browns for $1.99. Usually $5. Well, what I do is I just open my package. Let me get a Get a Ziploc because we're not going to use all those potatoes. I'm just going to stir them in with this just for a few minutes, some of them, just to. Usually you'll put that in kind of with, but I don't need all of them. So I'm just going to kind of give them a little bit hot there. Okay, now I'm going to take them and dump those out of that, and now we've got them ready to put in the refrigerator. You just kind of want to just saute that hash brown into that. Kind of looks like a Texas stir fry in a way. It's got all about the same things in it, but you want to flatten that out. You want to get that flattened out. Kind of just let that fry there, cook there. Get these and put them on. Now we'll get our eggs. We'll get our eggs and take one of these little cups there and just get our eggs. Them are some big eggs, so that's why I'm gonna, usually 8 is what I've used for this, 8 large eggs, but today I'm going to only do 6. Five or 6, because those are, one of them's got double, so we're about today, so be 5, and then let's see how that's spreading there. See, we'll get all that goodness off of that. Pre-cook, that's why one reason I pre-cook all my vegetables and saute stuff is because it doesn't take as long in the oven. Besides, it gives it a lot better flavor than just sticking stuff all in here. And, okay, I'm going to turn my fire off and kind of slot that. Put little slots in it. Not like that. Let me get a whisk. Give a little milk. 1/4 cup probably. I had that milk and I'll need to use it. So we're going to use it. Put our salt into that. About a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half. Of course, I'm going to put a little nutmeg in everything, you know, because that'll bring the flavor of that. I always do that. That'll bring the flavor of that egg out. a little nutmeg. That's a lot of nutmeg, but I like a lot of nutmeg. Alright, then I'm going to put just a little bit of thyme in it. Not a whole lot. About a teaspoon. Teaspoon of thyme and a teaspoon of rosemary. You can just do it however you want. This is what I do. Get those potatoes and stuff off of that. Now I'm going to take my cheddar cheese and I'm going to pour my egg mixture into my pan while it's still hot. Spread that around just pretty good there. Now I'm going to take my cheddar cheese. I'm just going around that. Real good there. Now you can make this where it's not, I want a lot of cheese, where it's not vegetarian, because all you got to do is add, and I've done it several times, you add just your summer sausage or regular pork sausage. Now see, that'll kind of get that eggs to be kind of the pan. Then I just take my asparagus and I just fan them out. Put a little kind of dew in the middle. It's kind of off center, but it'll be alright. Kind of push them down underneath that egg so they get kind of baked. Okay, now we're going to put that in our oven at 350 degrees. And then we'll be back. That's made a pretty egg breakfast potato egg casserole. Well, okay, the bell went off and I had it in the convection oven for about 16 minutes, but we're going to have to check it. Let me get my pot holder and we'll see. You see how that come out and it's fluffed up. You want it firm and fluffy, but you don't want it dry. So I always try to take it out a little bit early, even if I have to put it back in the oven. It's better than. Now I'm going to take some butter and I just put it on the top and around the sides, because it makes my dish look a lot better once you glaze it with some butter. Kind of like you do a pan of cornbread, but kind of go around your eggs. Now you can do this with a crust, but see, I wanted to make this gluten-free. I wanted to make it vegetarian, meat-free. So that's why I decided I'm going to do something a little different. So you put your butter on that. And that just highlights your whole dish. Let me get one of my little lifts and I'm going to go around the edge of that to make sure it's this is kind of a cross between a galette, potato galette, and a omelet. Pull that away from the sides and then you won't have too much trouble. If you do, just dip it out. Now, like I said, we don't have our crust. If we had it, that crust had just popped right out, you know. Oh, I don't know if I should try to just turn that out. I think not. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that in sections, just like a pie. See, that's done, but I didn't want those eggs to get dry. So I'm going to cut that into sections. Okay, we got it cut into sections. Let me get a plate. 2 plates. Let me get 2 plates. I'm just going to go under that and lift that out. Get your dregs there. See now how that, see how that potato and eggs all cooked down in there, and then you've got your asparagus, and you can always test, like right now, let's get a little test spoon to make sure before your guests come to see if it's got enough salt. Probably need a little salt, y'all. So of course what I do is you have to kind of salt it afterwards, but I'll just kind of salt it on the pan. It's hot, 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 hot. But then what I'll do is to make that more like a ladies' lunch. When I do a ladies' luncheon, and I only do this because y'all, I just spread my leaves a little bit, kind of fruit them up. There. Put a little on top. Like I tell y'all, it's all in the presentation. But that'll be a good breakfast egg, vegetarian casserole, gluten-free. That's what we're going to have for breakfast. God bless you, God bless us, God bless the United States. And I wish y'all was here because we could have this and we'd have a big old cup of coffee. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.